Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2 guys, and today I'm going to be giving you part 5 of What If Naruto Was Treated Like Gaara. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, if you're new, I posted a brand new episode over on Anime King 3 of What If Naruto was created from the God Tree, so go ahead, check that out and enjoy guys. And also over on Anime King I posted a brand new episode of What If Naruto Had the Golden Dragon Soul, so go ahead and check that out as well guys. And yeah, without much further ado, what do you say begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last spot we left off, as Naruto, Shino and Hinata had made their way towards the village. Upon them doing so, as Anko had stayed behind, as this was their mission, so they made their way inside. Upon arriving in the village, they went towards the headmaster. As Hinata was the one that did all the speaking, Naruto and Shino were rather quiet, to the point where people started to believe that they didn't talk at all, but Hinata told them that they were fine, they just doesn't speak that much. So with that, the man of the land allowed them to work in his place. So with that, they work as they prepare for the special event coming up, as they told him that they were from Gato and the man had knew Gato quite well, and he wouldn't leave Gato accomplices like that, so he let them work for him. Until the night finally came, as he told them about the party that he was having. As they came together, as they watched the event from afar, listening to what the people were saying, as they wanted to help Orochimaru with this event, in taking down Konoha as Orochimaru was planted at the village. As Naruto and Shino and Hinata made their move right there and then, as they attacked them, as they started to kill them off, until Hinata got hit by a Senmon to the throat. As Naruto thought that she was dead, and he went berserk. 4 tails came behind him as his skin peeled off. As he turned ferocious, he started to destroy everything. He didn't stop there though, he went and wiped out the entire village. A rather shocking thing given that the village was that large, but Naruto wiped it away. He slaughtered and wiped the people away there. Anko finally arrived as she tried to calm him down, but he was in perfect control, he knew what he was doing. He just wanted all of them to die. He was doing this because he wanted to kill them. As he reverted back to normal as they head back to the village. When Sarutobi overheard this, well, the man was shocked, as he couldn't believe what the hell he just heard. As that town was so huge, and yet Naruto had just wiped it all away, like that. The amount of problem and backlash that this could cause. As Sarutobi asked Naruto if he cared, but Naruto told him no. If anyone came after him, he would kill them all. And he was dead serious, all of them could see that. Some time passed, it was finally time for Chunin exams. Upon their way there, Naruto ran into the sand team, as he met Gaara for the first time. Gaara started to flare his powers, Naruto was doing the same. The both of them flashed towards a monument as the 2 beasts were clashing from the chakras alone, the 9 tails and the 1 tails. Sarutobi and Baki came there to stop them, as the both of them warned them, if they tried to stop them again, they will kill them. So with that, they made their way towards the exam room. As Hinata was a bit closer to Naruto, she had told him that she loved him, as he couldn't understand. He hadn't spoken to her about it yet. Kiba had noticed to stay his distance away, but he still tried to come speak to Hinata, but Naruto blasted him away. As Kabuto came in and knew too much, as Naruto was about to kill him, but Ibiki came in and told him to release him, otherwise he and his team would be kicked out of the exam. So Naruto did as he was told, as he released Kabuto. And with that, the test was given. Shino gave Naruto all the answers with his bugs. Afterwards, Ibiki told him about the real reason of the exam. It was then that Kurenai came in and she told them that they were all supposed to meet her at the Forest of Death for the second part. So yeah guys, so basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself, and also remember to go ahead and check out Anime King 2 and Anime King, which I post What If Naruto was created from the God Tier in Anime King 3. And also over Anime King I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto had the Golden Dragon Soul, so go ahead and enjoy that guys. And without further ado, what do you say we begin this now guys? Welcome to Training Ground 44, otherwise known as Forest of Death, said Kurenai. This is where the second portion of your exam will take place. As she pointed towards it, many of the people there cowered in fear when they saw and heard the noises. Home sweet home, said Naruto. He said in a rather sarcastic way, causing those near him to chuckle a bit. To ease some of the nervousness, Kurenai launched a kunai towards Naruto to chip him right on the cheek. But Naruto caught it with 2 fingers. The next thing he knew, a tree burst from the ground behind him and wrapped him around. Kurenai came from top of the tree as she pulled the kunai out of his hand, from between his 2 fingers to be exact, and placed it at his throat. Nice trick. But you stole that from our sensei, said Naruto. As Kurenai felt something hit her throat, as she glanced to see that it was Naruto's trench knife. So we know how it worked, said the real Naruto behind her. But I like the trick at the end with the genjutsu though, he said. Shadow clone, she asks. As Naruto shook his head, no I'm not, but he is. As the Naruto that was on the tree, he was the one that was actually the clone. Kurenai released the genjutsu, her pride had taken a major blow. Now for the second portion of the exam, you will either be given this heaven scroll, or an earth scroll, she said as she held up the 2 of them. The point of the test is to retrieve the scroll that you don't have, and then make your way to the Forest of Death, epicenter where the tower is located. There is a time limit though. You have 5 days to complete this test. Before that though, you have to fill out these waivers. Once your team has done that, go over to the booth over there and get a scroll. One of the satin ninjas asks, why do we have to sign waivers? They will definitely be debts. In this section of the exam, the waivers are so that I and Konoha are not held responsible for your debts. Many of them pale in realization, but they made their way to sign the waivers and got their scroll. As Naruto could feel eyes on him as he turned and looked directly into the eyes of Gaara, the 2 came to a stop. As they just looked at each other, the temperature started to drop immediately. Many of the Chunins hopeful took a step back. I will find you in the forest, said Gaara. Good, said Naruto. It's so much easier when the prey come to the predator. Hinata had to pull Naruto away from Gaara and to their specific gate. What is the plan, she asks. Well, we have an environmental advantage, since we train here frequently, said Shino. I suggest I use the local insects while Hinata uses her Byakugan to find the target and we ambush them. It will be quiet and efficient. Agreed, said Naruto as Hinata nodded. As Kurenai voice then boomed over the speakers, the second portion of Chunin exams begins now as the gates all open up. As the group move inside, around 15 minutes, Hinata used her Byakugan as she started to scan the area. Naruto-kun, I can see a ring group. Straight ahead, they're moving towards the snake pit. They appear to be setting up a trap. Naruto nodded as he put on his hood. I'll take them, you 2 split up, and find groups that you believe you can eliminate. Meet at the snake pit by nightfall, said Naruto. They nodded as they split apart to find teams to take out. It didn't take Naruto that long, as he found rain ninjas, as they were still setting up their trap. As Naruto was on top of the branch, upside and down his legs, keeping him there suspended. As he just looked down towards them as they were still not finished yet. They looked rather nervous as they glanced around, making sure that there was no one near. But it seems they didn't have a good sensor. None of them were, considering that he was right here, looking at them. As Naruto saw one of them a distance away from the group, as he landed, he covered his mouth and slashed his throat open. As Naruto replaced him with a transformed Shadow Clone, as he disappeared in a trace of the body. The other 2 turned. What was that? One of them asked, as he had felt the chakra. It was close after all. As he looked towards the clone of Naruto who was transformed, The shadow clone simply shrugged. As he pulled out a kunai, the two other pulled out kunai as they jumped in the clearing, as they stood back to back with each other. It was then Naruto appeared right in the center. As his strange knife were to both of their throats, they froze immediately, knowing that they would die. Here, take it and leave. As he pulled out the Earth Scroll. I will take it, said Naruto. But I'm not just leaving. As he slit your throats. Blood gushed as their body fell to the ground. Meanwhile, Hinata looked towards the three unsuspecting sand ninjas in the clearing. They were in a circle as they were going over a plan to get a scroll, completely unaware that she was here. She tapped the seal on her body that contained her bow, as it poofed in the air silently. As she strapped her quiver to her back with the arrows inside, she took out 3 arrows and placed them all at once. I never tried 3 at the same time. I wonder if I can get it, she thought to herself. As she took aim, she shot the arrows. 2 of the arrows had slammed into the forehead of 2 of them as they fell, but the last one hit the other one in the arm. Damn it, he screamed as he ripped out the arrow out of his arm. Hinata dropped from the tree as Hinata landed and started to channel chakra into her bow. The sand ninja tilted his head in intrigue as he saw water start to gather at the end of the bow, becoming a blade. I never seen someone do that with a bow before, he said, as he reached behind his back with his good arm. As he pulled one of the blades off his back, he had dual blades, but now he could only use his one arm. I'm sorry, Hinata said, as she dropped in a unique stance to utilize her transform weapon. The sand ninja scoffed. As he moved, Hinata blocked. He twisted and drive forward, but she blocked once again. He frowned as he slashed out at her, but she evaded all of his strikes. He was getting furious. She slashed at him. As the thing slashed right through his shirt, he staggered back, as she then twirled it and lashed out at him. He was slashed once again, as he was forced to stagger back in pain as he gripped his chest. The water off it was sent sailing forward and pinned him to the tree. He reached and threw his blade towards her as she flipped. As she pulled one of her arrows from the quiver and launched it. Seeing it coming, he frowned. He jumped out of the way, only for her to fire another one, to hit the first one and ricochet off it. Bam! Right in his forehead. As he collapsed, she used her beacon to find the heaven scroll as she sighed. As she looked up to see that it was getting late, as she headed towards the snake pit to find a growling Naruto. What's the matter, Naruto-kun, she said, as Shino stood there all stoic. Naruto is frustrated because while he totaled more kills than I, some of them had lost their scrolls. This ended up causing him to obtain fewer scrolls than myself. Shino said as Naruto growled once again. How many scrolls did you two get? Asked Hinata. I collected 8, but Naruto only managed 6. And he killed 13 teams. How many scrolls did you obtain, Hinata? Hinata pulled out 12 scrolls. Wow, impressive, said Naruto. How did you manage so many? Asked Shino. Some team has more than 1 scroll, she said, as Naruto growled once again. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's head to the tower, he said. Only a few minutes, Hinata came to a stop, confusing them. What is it, Hinata? Said Naruto. I see Team 7. They're under attack. Not our problem, said Naruto. I agree. Our relationship with Team 7 is less than atrocious, said Shino. But they're Konoha shinobis, and we need to help them. The ninja they're facing is beyond the level that any genin should be. As Naruto rolled his eyes as Shino crossed his arms in a gesture of annoyance. You're too nice, Hinata, said Naruto. Fine, we'll aid Team 7, but if you get out of hand, we'll pull out. As Hinata nodded as they took off, following her. Meanwhile, laughter could be heard. Sasuke-kun, you disappoint me. Here you are acting the part of a paralyzed mouse in front of the big bad snake. I thought the sole survivor of the Uchiha clan would be more, but I guess I was wrong. A tall female grass ninja said, as she jumped on the branch where Sakura and Sasuke stood, paralyzed in fear. Fang over fang! Kiba yelled as 2 spinning drills slammed into the grass ninja and slammed her in a tree. The 2 drills stopped on a nearby tree as Kiba and a clone of himself was there, with elongated claws and fangs as he looked wild and feral. I'm not done yet, said Kiba, as the clone of himself snarled in agreement. You have become a pest, and I'll eliminate you now, the grass ninja said, as she pulled herself out of a tree, completely unharmed. As she moved, Kiba was caught off guard. Her speed was too fast for him. He was about to die. But instead it was blocked as metal clashed against metal. As Naruto stood in front of him, blocking the attack with his trench knife. "I suggest that you leave while I feel merciful," said Naruto. Well. The demon container has made an appearance. It seems that Naruto didn't give her in time as he slammed his knee right into her solar plexus, driving her away. Just as she got up, Naruto's behind her, wind style, drilling ear bullet. She was blasted into another tree. As the rest of the members landed, "Come on, she's still alive. I'll come with you," while Naruto and Shino keep her distracted, said Hinata. As she jumped off with Sakura and Sasuke right behind her. "I'm staying. I can't just leave you two to face her by yourself," said Kiba. As the clone nodded. "Cute, but I'm not interested in you three. Now to my real prize." She then sank into a tree. As she was gone. "Prize?" said Kiba. "The others," said Shino. Now, running isn't very becoming of three elegant shinobis," the grass ninja said, emerging from a tree branch. Sakura and Sasuke froze up at the sight of ninja, but Hinata glared. "You're one to talk," said Naruto as he stood behind the grass ninja. "Touché," she said, as she turned to face him. As Naruto stood there, his arms folded, the only thing visible under his hood was those red blazing eyes. "Quite intimidating, Naruto-kun," she said. As Naruto simply vanished, she ducked as he swiped through the air with his trench knife. As Naruto threw a knee forward as she dodged it as well. "You really are impressive. I felt the force of those strikes, even though they did not touch me." As she turned to face Naruto, the blonde growled as he launched a barrage of strikes, but she dodged each and every one of them, simply twisting and turning in strange ways that did not seem humanly possible. As Kiba and Shino landed next to the group, the five of them stood stunned as they watched Naruto and the grass ninja. They became blurs. Yet even then they could tell that Naruto could not land a hit on her. As Naruto's chakra tails came out and started to lash off everywhere, suddenly Naruto jumped back. As she growled as she was holding her arm, blood was seeping from her hand. But then she started to laugh. "I'm impressed that you pushed me to use my full abilities to dodge. And even then you managed a hit. You're clearly far above Genin. You're Jonin or maybe Envo level. But then, it still won't be enough." As she created clones as they split apart to go after the group as well. "Now, let's play, Sasuke," she said. Sasuke attempted to block, but she started to knock him around as she kicked him right into a branch. "I'm disappointed, Sasuke. Itachi was a prodigy, but I mean, compared to him, you're nothing." Sasuke stood up with his face looking down. When he looked up, his Sharingan was blazing. "You're dead," he said. As Sasuke attacked this time, the odds were in his moves. He could see the attacks before they even strike. As he kicked the ninja in the chest and leaped backwards as he launched multiple kunais, but they miss. "You miss." Sasuke pulled the ninja wire as it pinned her to the tree. Fire style. Dragon flame. As the fire sprinted along the wire, she cried out in pain as the fire impacted against her. The remaining clones dissolved into mud and collapsed down to the ground. The group of Genin gathered around Sasuke, who was smirking at Naruto. "I guess I'm stronger than Jonin level. I barely broke a sweat. With these eyes, I'll be able to beat him," Sasuke said. But Naruto wasn't paying attention. "He's not dead." Laughter could be heard once more. Perceptive as well. "You, my Naruto-kun, will definitely make a rather splendid ninja." The voice was completely different, as it was a man peeling off the face of the woman that he was wearing, as he tossed it to the side. "What are you?" said Kiba in shock. "Oh, I am Orochimaru, but I have to leave now. Although, I do have a gift for you, Sasuke." As the man released a wave of pure, unbridled killer intent, seeing that it would not even budge Naruto, he launched several clones Naruto away as they tried to skewer him. With Naruto out of the way, Orochimaru lashed out his neck as he bit into Sasuke's. Sasuke cried out in pain as Urtamar detached his fangs. He then fled afterwards as the killer intent vanished. As Naruto returned as he was covered in mud. Dude, what? As Naruto glared at Kiba, cutting him off. If you finish that quest in a minute, terrible things will happen to you, said Naruto, as he wiped the mud off himself. Enough, we need to find shelter. Our team is fine but one of yours is hurt. And I need a stable location to inspect him, said Shino. The group nodded as Kiba and Sakura picked up Sasuke. As they located a nearby hollow tree, Shino went through handstands as he placed his hand on Sasuke's neck. He then removed his hand as he looked towards the remaining members. From what I can tell, that mark is a seal, and it is slowly releasing foreign chakra into Sasuke's chakra system. Sakura was sitting beside Sasuke. Can't you remove the seal, she asked. I am studying the medical arts, not Fuinjutsu. So what, you're saying that you're no help to him, right? Shino glared, but his shades were not really showing it. You should be grateful my team helped you guys in the first place, said Naruto. Come on, let's go. As they ignored the pleas and apologies. As they made their way towards the tower. As Hinata paused. We should go back and help them, she said. No, we attempt to assist them and they pay us back with ingratitude, said Shino. But they could be attacked, and with one member down, they will be easy targets. Then let's hope they give up their school to avoid confrontation, said Naruto. Now let's go, the tower is less than 5 minutes away. As he and Shino headed off to the tower, Hinata glanced back before she followed her teammates towards the tower. Upon landing there, Gaara and his siblings also landed there as well. It appears that fate is not on your side, said Gaara as his teammates step away. Oh, I very much disagree, said Naruto. The cork from his gourd popped open and shot towards Naruto's face. As Naruto's tail backed it aside. Nice trick. How often does it work, said Naruto. Gaara grunted as sand started to leak from his gourd. Naruto crossed his arms as 8 more tails shot out of his lower back. Die, both of them said, as their teammates had backed up. A sand arm and a chakra arm shot forward as they clashed together. They both crushed each other. Sand flew everywhere as the red chakra just faded away from existence. As Naruto sent 3 of his tails forward, they were blocked by a wall of sand. As Gaara went through hand signs before he extended his hand forward. Sand Shuriken, he said. Multiple sand shurikens shot forward. Naruto pulled out multiple shurikens out of his weapon pouch. He started to add wind chakra to them. As he used his tails to block Gaara's sand shuriken, he then started to add the Kyuubi's chakra to the shurikens as they started to blaze. My turn, said Naruto as he launched all of them. They tore through Gaara's sand shield like paper. As Naruto kept one though. It seemed like he launched all of them, but one of them was still in his palm. Gaara was hit, but nowhere fatal, as blood started to leak from his body. Kankuro and Temari gasped as they saw the blood coming from the wound. He hit Gaara. No one has ever been able to touch Gaara, said Temari, as she looked at Naruto with fear. As Naruto started to add more wind chakra and the Kyuubi chakra to the last shuriken. As the blade grew, Naruto did not stop until the small shuriken was about the size of a Fuma shuriken because of the chakra that was added to it. As the wind blades whipped around it, he then twisted and launched the deadly weapon towards Gaara. The shuriken sliced right through Gaara's shield and split him in half right at the waist. The 2 halves of his body fell to the floor as they turned into sand and blew away. As sand sunshine appeared in front of Temari and Kankuro, as Gaara was standing near the sand, whipping around him wildly. You're good, Uzumaki, but I'm afraid you will die here. But Naruto was beside Gaara within a second. You weren't much of a shinobi once someone get past your terrible sand attack. As Naruto backhanded Gaara through a tree, Gaara's sand shot out to deflect him, but Naruto's tails crushed it. As Naruto moved in, his tails blocking the sand as he started to pound Gaara. Gaara was not used to close combat, so he could not do anything. As Naruto started viciously bashing his face, the sand then lashed out and encased Naruto and Gaara. Your teammate is dead now, said Kankuro. Yeah, being able to land a hit on Gaara is impressive, but there is no way he will be able to get out of that alive, said Temari. Just as she said that, the sand dome exploded as Naruto was gripping Gaara's throat, his tails lashing out wildly. I was wrong. You don't impress me, said Naruto as he tossed him away, as Gaara dropped in front of Kankuro and Temari. Gaara started to lose control as he watched Naruto walk away. No, no, you can't ignore my existence! I won't let you! As he sent a massive wave towards them, Hinata and Shino was about to perform a substitution until Naruto turned, and he roared. A monstrous roar that blew away all the sand. As Naruto was gone as well, Naruto pressed his trench knife against Gaara's throat. If you try that again, Gaara's eyes were wide as he looked at Naruto. I will end your pathetic existence, said Naruto. As he walked away, leaving a stunned Gaara there. Once they entered, there was some kind of poem. As Hinata read it, they opened the scrolls, one of each. Summoning scrolls, toss them, she said, as they landed in an X. Poof! Congratulations, you're the first team to pass, Aruka said. Not only that, but you blew the previous record out of the water. So what do we do while we're here? Whatever you want to. There's a training facility, mess hall, and even a game room. Just keep out of trouble until the final 4 days are up, said Aruka, as he led them through the tower. As Naruto smirked, but Aruka caught it. No, you cannot go back out and eliminate more teams. As Naruto frowned. Time skip. Naruto was awoken by rays of sunlight hitting his face as he frowned. He got up to see that his two teammates were still asleep. As he quietly made his way towards the bathroom. Once he was finished, he came out. Good morning, Naruto, said Hinata. As Naruto greeted her and Shino as well. As Hinata entered the bathroom. So what should we do with the time limit? I suggest that we train lightly, so our bodies will keep in shape, but not anything too exhausted, said Shino. That's probably for the best, said Naruto. As Shino nodded, Naruto, may I ask you a question? Without his shades on, deep brown eyes look into flaming blue. Sure, said Naruto. You said that Hinata confirmed that she loved you before she entered her death-like state. As Naruto nodded, have you two discussed this? No, we haven't, said Naruto as he thought. About the incident, I believe it will be best if you did. Issues concerning strong emotional with teammates tend to put a strain on teamwork. I understand, said Naruto, but what do I tell her? I honestly can't say I feel that way about her. Besides, emotions like love or distractions, caring, make you weak. Usually, I would not argue about the logic of your statement, but I truly disagree. I can see that you care for her. Not only did you destroy an entire city when you believed that she was dead, when any other male besides me talked to her, you tense a bit. You care for her, but your everlasting rage clouds that feeling. As Naruto simply grunted, you are sounding like Uchiha-san, said Shino. Before Naruto could answer, Hinata exited the bathroom, as Shino walked inside moments afterwards, leaving the both of them. Naruto watched as she sat on her bed, and looked through the window. He watched as the sun caused her hair to shine, rather brightly. How do I feel about her, said Naruto. You want her, the Kyuubi said. How do you know, said Naruto. The insect child explained if you were listening, said the Kyuubi. I heard what he said, but as Naruto paused, as he could not doubt Shino's words. You realize it, but you are frightened, the Kyuubi said. What do I have to fear? In fact, why do you care, said Naruto. You fear that others will treat her like you, if you return her feelings. As for my concern, to be frank, I don't really care. That's insane. If anyone treated her like that, I would rip them apart. The fox simply sighed, frustrated that the boy was rejecting his feelings. Naruto-kun, as he was snapped out of his mental thought. Huh? He said, as she tilted her head in confusion a bit. I asked if you were alright. You were staring at me, and you didn't respond when I called you the first few times. Yes, I'm fine. She nodded as she smiled softly. He was about to say something, but Shino came out of the bathroom. Should we go train now? He asked. Yeah, sure, said Naruto, as they made their way towards the training facility, where the sand team was. As Gaara started to glare. We had this battle before, said Naruto. This time, I will kill you if you're not careful. I was foolish, and I underestimated you. Unfortunately for you, I won't make that mistake twice, said Gaara, with a wicked grin. You are truly powerful, Uzumaki. Killing you will prove my existence. Interesting. You think you can beat me? Let me point something out to you. Your demon is weaker than mine, while you yourself are nothing to me. Tell me, why do you think you can beat me? Simple. Your lust for blood is weaker than mine, said Gaara. You will see very soon as he walked out with his teammates. As Naruto and his group made their way, as 3 kunais were thrown towards them, Naruto's tail slapped it away, as Shino and Hinata caught theirs. Uncle Sensei, said Naruto. Bratz, I am proud what Uncle said. Not only were you the first team to enter the tower, but you destroyed the previous record by 36 hours. Is there anything you need, said Naruto. What? Can't the Sensei see her pupils and congratulate them on doing great? As she pulled them into a beer hug. You seem different, Sensei, said Hinata. Oh, that. I just came up on some money because of your performance. You bet on us, said Shino. Yep, and I made bank. I bet that you guys will be the first team and make record. Everett Jonin bet against that. And now I have enough money to buy this entire forest. And not even dent my funds. As she grabbed Naruto's head and kissed him on the forehead. She then grabbed his hand and started to dance around. As Hinata giggled at the foolish display, Shino shook his head in amusement. As Naruto broke free of her death grip. Well, I'm happy for you, Uncle Sensei, said Hinata. As Uncle calmed down somewhat. Thanks, Bratz. But my newfound wealth can wait. I'm here to give you guys some extra training, she said. Time skip. 4 days later. 7 other teams made it, as Naruto and Hinata and Shino were on the podium. Seems like all the rookies passed so far, said Kiba, as he inspected the competitions. The sound team was here. There was the sand team, the team with Hinata relative, and the rookies. As Naruto noticed a look, the other Hyuga was giving Hinata. He then turned towards Naruto as Naruto gave him a glare, but he turned his head, ignoring Naruto. Congratulations on passing the exam so far, said Sarutobi. To make it this far is a great accomplishment, in on itself. You have all made your village proud. Sarutobi was stopped though, as another ninja with a headband and a senbon in his mouth appeared. As he whispered something in Hiruzen's ear, Hiruzen nodded and stepped back as the ninja stepped forward. I'm Genma, and I'm the proctor for the next portion of the exams. At the moment there are too many of you, so right now we will have a preliminary. What? We just got out of the forest. I know you want us to fight? Said a rather frustrated Kiba. It can't be helped. Many important people is coming to see the final of the exams. And we can't have it take too long to lose their attention. Now the preliminary round will consist of one-on-one fights. You fight until someone is unable to continue or dead. Now, if I think the battle has a clear winner, I will intervene, but that is purely on my judgment. So don't expect me to bail you out. Out of hard situations if you don't want to give up. If you think you're in trouble, forfeit. This board will pick your names. If your name is not called, head up to the stands. As they start to flash 2 names. The first, Mubi versus Ninja Hyuga. It was a rain ninja. He was wearing a mouthpiece, and only one of his eyes were visible. I suggest you give up. Fate has already decided me to be the victor, said Neji, as he slipped into the Jayugen stance. Konoha ninjas are always full of themselves. I'll enjoy beating that smirk off your face, Mubi said. Are the both of you ready? Both boys nodded. Alright, let the first match begin! Mubi went through hand sign. He is clone, he said. The place was filled with clones in a second. As Neji calmed a sigh as he activated his Byakugan. Upon doing so, he did not move as a fist was thrown towards his face, but the fist simply phased right through him. I will ask once more. Give up. The outcome was decided the moment I was chosen as your opponent. All of the clones shot forward, but Neji simply ignored them. He then turned and struck the real one in the guts, before he palm thrust right in his stomach, blowing him back. Ow, Mubi asks. It seems you didn't do your research, but let me just say that your clones don't have a chakra system, so it was rather easy to find the real one with these eyes of mine. As Mubi fell unconscious, as Genma announced the winner, Neji calmly made his way up. The next match, Rock Lee versus Naruto Uzumaki. Yush! I will show everyone my flames of youth burn brighter than the sun. As Lee leaped down to the floor. Good luck, Lee! Guy yelled. As Naruto rolled his eyes at the antics as he made his way down. Are the both of you ready? As they nodded. The second match, let it begin, said Genma. As Lee charged and fist towards Naruto's face. The tail blocked it. Lee jumped back and sent a swinging kick, but the tail blocked it. Lee landed as he upped his speed, but the tail blocked it once again as he flipped away and smiled. Naruto-san, you are truly a worthy adversary. Lee! Take them off, guys, shouted from the balcony. Lee saluted as he jumped towards the stone hand as he removed his weights. He then threw them. Boom! Everyone was surprised as Naruto smirked. Now, things are getting interesting, said Naruto. As Lee moved, a chakra tail came up to the side of Naruto's head. BAM! As Lee's feet connected with the tail, Lee disappears. Another tail came behind Naruto and blocked Lee's straight kick. He didn't appear right in front of Naruto, but his leg was blocked as he was knocked away. He flipped several times as he landed. Now, the time finished warming up, 6 more tails came from Naruto's back as they waved behind him. Lee then blurred out of existence. The Genins could not really see, but the tails started to lash out fast, blocking vicious strikes from Lee. Naruto smirked as he summoned trench knives from his seal. As he put them on, then he put his hood up, his glowing red eye burning underneath it, making him look quite dangerous and dark. As the tails continued to block Lee, one after another. You know, Lee, you're really good. My tails are working in double time to keep up. And I know that you're faster than this. But I want to tell you something, said Naruto. As Naruto moved and slammed his fist into Lee's face, throwing him back. Lee crashed on the ground as he held his cheek. I can still see you, said Naruto. Lee shook his head as he got to his feet, as Naruto blinked in front of him. A feet crashed in his stomach, throwing him back. As Naruto appeared behind him, Lee twisted his body as he blocked the vicious roundhouse kick. As he used the momentum to throw himself back, the two disappeared. There was a boom in the center of the room, then up, then to the side, then to the ground, as there was massive sonic booms clashing everywhere all over the place. Soon the booms were coming so fast, it was hard to tell what was going on. Lee has opened the first gate, said Guy. Naruto has just removed his weights, said Uncle. That shouldn't matter, he won't be able to keep up with Lee now, said Guy. Something was viciously thrown. The wall exploded as it made contact. Guy's eyes went wide. How? He said, as Lee was embedded in the wall. He's had those chakra weights since he was 5, and he has never once removed them. Then you have to remember that Kyuubi heal all of his wounds faster than normal, including torn muscles. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't able to match Lee, even in his third gate, said Uncle. They moved once again as Lee was this time sent into the ground. As blood was leaking from his arms, and there was a slash in his face. As Lee pulled himself out. Come on, don't quit on me, said Naruto. This is just getting fun. Lee crossed his arms. Second gate of healing, open! Third gate of life, open, he said, as his skin started to change. Fourth gate of pain, open, he said. His eyes became pure white, as Naruto smirked as a Kyuubi chakra encased his body. This time, though it retained its transparent red color, it did not completely change him. The ground exploded as the two boys moved. Sonic explosions filled the entire place. The Genins could not see a damn thing. This isn't a battle between two Genins. As they looked towards Kakashi, who had his Sharingan out. He's right. No mere Genin should be able to fight like this. Heck, I can't track their speed, Asuma said, as Guy had a look of sorrow on his face, knowing that Lee was pushing himself too far. Suddenly, they appear on the railing in front of everyone, exchanging blows that were just blurs, as Naruto was laughing psychotically before Lee was backhanded towards the ground as Naruto reached him. Naruto slammed a kick into his back, hoisting him up in the air before he grabbed his arm and spinned him. He then smashed him in the ground. As Naruto twisted and drive his fist down, the crater exploded outward. When the smoke cleared, Naruto's fist was buried in Lee's stomach as he was out cold. Chainma jumped down and checked Lee. He then gestured for the medics. Winner! Naruto Uzumaki, he said, as Naruto calmly made his way back towards his team. They needed some time to fix the arena. Afterwards, the next match, Kiba vs Zaku. How do you plan to fight me without your arms? Said Kiba, as Zaku's arms were in sling. Don't worry about that, in fact. This one is feeling a lot better, said Zaku, as he pulled one arm out and flexed it, and rotate it a bit. Like that will make a difference. As Kiba then shot forward, as he threw a fist forward. Too slow, said Zaku as he placed his palm on Kiba's stomach after ducking the fist. Before Kiba could even react, he was blasted away. Kiba got up as he shook his head in a fashion similar to a dog as he glared at Zaku. Now we're talking. I was having some doubts. Beaten or crippled, but I guess I don't have to hold back so much, said Kiba, as he pulled out the capsule and tossed it towards Zaku. The capsule then exploded into smoke. What do you think that can do, Zaku says. He blew it away with a quick wave of his hand. As he noticed Inazaka was no longer standing in the same spot, Zaku spun around as he received a punch right to the face. While he was still stunned, Kiba slammed his fist in his stomach as he doubled over in pain. Kiba then grabbed his face and kneed him right in it, knocking him back. Kiba is just a brawler with a few tricks, said Naruto. It does fit him well though, said Shikamaru as he watched the fight. Yeah, until he has to fight someone that has reflexes fast enough to counter his attacks. That Lee kid I fought can probably beat him in an instant. You give my teammate too much credit. Lee was destined to lose that fight the moment it began. Fate has decided him a loser since birth. They turned their head to see Neji standing there. If that kid is a loser, then no one here is worth my time, said Naruto. There's only 3 people that ever pushed me. Orochimaru of the Sannin. He was torn with me. My brother Kick Genkai can nullify the Kyuubi chakra, so I always have to fight him with everything I have. And in our fight, Lee forced me to use the Kyuubi's chakra flowing through my system just to keep up. It doesn't matter, he will forever be a dead last, said Neji. I doubt it. I'm sure if he had to fight you, he just had to open the first gate to beat you, said Naruto. That is also overrating your skills by a lot too, because you're not that special. Neji frowned with a lot of killer intent releasing from his gaze. What? Did I hit a nerve, said Naruto. That weakling will never beat me, said Neji. Are you trying to convince me or yourself, said Naruto. Neji turned his head, ignoring Naruto. Coward, said Naruto. Secret art. Man-beast clone. Naruto glanced and he saw Akamaru turn to a copy of Kiba. Fang over fang. Zaku pulled his other arms out of a sling in a quick succession as he pointed towards both of the drills. He was just pretending this entire time his arm was fine. Tunnel ear cannon! Akamaru and Kiba was blasted by ear pressure. The both of them flip as they land on their feet, as they turned to face him as he was smirking. Oh, we're not done yet, said Kiba as he and Akamaru became drills once again, as this time they moved twice as fast. Zaku leaped over the first drill. He then adjusted his body in mid-air to twist past second one. Oh, I will. As he shot one of the drills in the back, it crashed right in the wall. When it did, Akamaru was there, lying motionless. Akamaru! The distorted voice of Kiba came out of the other drill as he shot towards Zaku with rage. He really has no control over his emotions, said Shino. Enough games, you're boring me, said Zaku as he jumped over Kiba one more time. Zaku blasted out air from his wind holes, but Kiba kept on spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, but Zaku started to release more air, trying to push Kiba back. As the wind from Zaku technique started to whip wildly between the two, Zaku glared as he saw Kiba getting closer to his hands, as he forced more chakra out with a roar. Kiba stopped spinning as he was launched away, as he broke into the wall. Zaku smirked until he found out. What the hell? As he screamed, he couldn't stop his hands, as blood started to leak from his palms, along with the wind creating an ear bloody mist. What's happening to him, said Tenten. Wind chakra cut, said Naruto. Apparently those tubes that he used to shoot wind chakra out of has reached their limits and they're malfunctioning. They won't stop. They're destroying his arms from the inside out. Oh my god, said Ino as she turned away from the scene, as Zaku collapsed to the ground unconscious from the pain. Genma turned towards Kiba, who was still unconscious in the wall, as Zaku was lying there, blood seeping from his hands. Both competitors can no longer battle, so the match ends in a draw, as the medics came and took them away. The Envoys land and fix the arena once again, as they vanish. Kankuro versus Ino Yamanaka. Alright, my turn. I'm gonna kick ass at Ino. This one's for you, Sasuke-kun, she said. Wow, I'm fighting a fangirl. This is gonna be a waste of my time, said Kankuro. I heard that, you asshole, said Ino. You were supposed to, Kankuro said, as Ino clenched her fists. The both of you ready? They nodded. Alright, begin! I'll give you the first move, said Kankuro as he took the bundle off his back and leaned on it like a cane. You're gonna regret that. Mind Body Switch Jutsu! As Ino collapsed, chuckling started to come from the bundle. As Kankuro emerged, as the Kankuro that was standing there, skin started to peel off, showing that it was a puppet. Wow, and here I thought Konoha Shinobis were elite of the Shinobi world. Proctor, can I go back up now? Hey, I'm not done yet. He turned to see Ino with two kunais in her hand. You really are over your head. You should just give up, you know? Funny thing about us Konoha Shinobi, we don't know how to give up, she said. As she charged at Kankuro, he shook his head. Bad move, he said. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the other what ifs over on Anime King and Anime King 3. Yes, if you're new, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3, which I post what if on every single day. Yes, you heard that right, every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and enjoy those guys, and I really hope you do. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say, get the hell out of here. See you guys soon. Peace.